Healing the inner voice. There is a voice that grows louder after separation. It speaks in quiet moments. It shows up when the world is silent. It fills the space where reassurance used to live. And often, it is not kind. It tells you that you failed, that you were not enough, that if you were better, stronger, quieter, or more patient, things would have turned out differently. This voice may sound familiar because it has learned your fears. It knows exactly where to press, exactly which memories to replay, exactly which doubts to awaken. But this voice is not the truth. It is the echo of pain. After separation, the inner voice often becomes a judge instead of a companion. It reviews your past endlessly, pointing out mistakes without offering mercy. And when left unchecked, it slowly shapes how you see yourself. You begin to believe the criticism. You shrink your expectations. You lower your standards for how you deserve to be treated. This is why healing must go deeper than circumstances. It must reach the conversations you have with yourself. Because healing does not happen when life becomes easier. It happens when the inner voice becomes kinder. Ask yourself gently, if someone I loved spoke to herself this way, what would I say to her? You would offer compassion. You would remind her of her strength. You would not define her by her worst days, yet somehow you deny yourself that same grace. Healing the inner voice begins with awareness. Noticing when your thoughts turn harsh, recognizing when shame disguises itself as honesty. There is a difference between self-reflection and self-attack. Self-reflection leads to growth. Self-attack leads to exhaustion. God's voice does not sound like condemnation. It sounds like invitation. He convicts to restore, not to shame. He corrects with love, not cruelty. If the voice in your head leaves you feeling hopeless, small, or defeated, it is not the voice you are meant to follow. You are allowed to challenge the lies you've believed about yourself. You are allowed to rewrite the narrative. Healing does not mean silencing every negative thought. It means choosing which voice deserves authority. When the inner voice says, "You're too broken," your answer, "I am healing." When it says, "You will always be alone," you respond, "I am learning to trust again." When it says, "This is all your fault," you say, "I take responsibility without punishment." This is not denial. This is truth. The more you practice speaking life to yourself, the quieter the old voice becomes. Healing the inner voice takes time. There will be days you catch yourself mid-thought and have to begin again. This is not failure. This is progress. Every time you choose compassion over criticism, you rebuild trust with yourself. And that trust becomes the foundation for thriving. You are not the voice that criticizes you. You are the woman learning to speak to herself with grace. He says, "Those who look to him are radiant. Their faces are never covered with shame." Psalm 34:5. God does not speak shame into your life. He speaks light. For today, practice this one sentence whenever self-criticism appears. I am learning, not failing. Repeat it as often as needed. Let us pray. Lord, heal the words I speak to myself. Replace shame with truth, and teach me to speak with the same grace you give me. Amen.